Today is about the launch of the SECAD Impact Report. It shows that the company has been highly successful over the last 3 years. It shows that we've been very successful in investing in business, in enterprise, in creating employment supports, working with communities, working with youth, working with disadvantaged and the elderly. So overall, the Impact Report is about our business, it's about what we've achieved, and it shows that we have done the job very well. The future for SECAD is being determined at present, and I would hope that the company has a great future. We have set out what we can do. We have the ability to do it. We have shown our strengths in the area of employment creation and the area of enterprise. We've worked in a very difficult economy over the last number of years, and we've been very successful in that area of job creation. We've looked after people that are outside on the margins. We've looked after the people that need to be included. We've worked with communities, and overall we're a very broad grouping, we're a very broad company. We can work with a lot of different agencies, and we're able to bring the whole lot together and be successful.
We just got a new fleet of kayaks before Christmas, new fleet of sea kayaks and stuff. We're a water sports company based down in Fountainstone. So we're going into the next year, into the season with a brand new fleet and make a big difference, you know. I suppose we're up and running since 2010. And and it's just expanding every year now, so it's a bit of SECAD help now has been fantastic. We're really delighted with it, and we're hoping to make a big impact this year, you know.
Really, SECAD were instrumental in us starting our business way back in 2004. They gave us the money, they gave us the funding to fit out a commercial kitchen for our organic food. So that was way back in 2004, and then last year, when we got extra orders abroad, actually, they gave us the funding for a cold room. So we wouldn't be here really only for SECAD, to be honest with you, you know.
Vitally important. We've come through just coming out the other side of a recession. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Genuinely, the whole accessibility factor of SECAD has been hugely important to us. Massive support. You have people on the ground, people who understand their businesses and who understand what the various communities need. And we have found that we're dealing with SECAD now. We first encountered them 10 years ago when we started our angling centre. And we're still have an ongoing relationship with them up to today.
Certainly it does. I mean, you know, we're still obviously a relatively new company in terms of being only open 2 years, but it's nice to get this opportunity to talk to groups like this. So.
SECAD have done a great job. They've helped so many individuals, so many communities, so many young companies to grow and expand. And I think that it is, what's really worked with SECAD is that it's a bottom-up approach, whereby you encourage communities to be ambitious for themselves, companies to be ambitious for themselves, and then you help them in terms of training, in terms of funding, in terms of business plans. And I think Ryan Howard and his team in SECAD have done a great job on that, and that's reflected in I think nearly 600 people who've decided to come here today to look at the outcome really of recent years in terms of the support that South and East Cork area development have given to so many people and so many communities in this area. So whether you live in Carrigaline or Manaan Bridge, or whether you're on the other side as far as Youghal, and the communities right the way between, from Middleton to Castlemartyr to Cove to Crosshaven. There are many projects that simply wouldn't have happened without the focus and the diligence of SECAD. So it's a celebration really, I think, today, and it's a sort of a proof of worth, if you like, of the SECAD structure in recent years.
This is a marker. This is a place where we've got to let people know all of the range of work that we're doing, because people will know us maybe from specific pieces like enterprise or community, but this is a chance for people to see right across the board the kind of work that a SECAD that we do, the kind of work that we deliver, the platform we provide to so many people. And it's wonderful to have all of this here and these people here to be part of that, to recognise it, and I hope it will actually, I suppose, ensure our future, because we've got a lot of political people here today, policy makers, and it's really about building on the future and making sure that we do not lose this great impetus that we have.
Minister Coveney, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be in a position to present this report on the impacts of South and East Cork area development from 2010 to 2013. SECAD was formed in 1995
bringing together a variety of local groups that for many years were attempting to support developments of their communities from a bottom-up approach, frustrated with the lack of resources to support their ideas, plans and vision. With the introduction of the EU Local Development Approach, or LEADER as it has become known, and the National Social Inclusion Programme, these groups, under the umbrella of SECAD, gained the funding to apply this vision. In presenting this report, we are celebrating the achievements of the community to raise the belief of local people to invest in the sustainable development of their area. The principles of the bottom-up approach encourage local people to come together to determine their priorities. They might be employment, enterprise, community and environmental priorities. And they are determined through local decision making, cooperation with a range of bodies and partnership with state and local government services. So the goal of local development groups such as SECAD is to bring this approach to a new level, adding greater value and forging linkages across our investments to develop an integrated suite of supports and innovations.
I think we are really celebrating today the outcomes of the interaction and the work that a ground-up approach towards the funding of local projects, working with local people who want to make things happen and who create projects that have a worth that go way beyond the grant aid support that they get from SECAD. And I think that is the power and the success of what we're celebrating in this impact report which is being launched today. Of course, this is just outlining the outcomes of the last 3 years. Many of the projects and many of the names, as I say, I recognised. And the numbers that John has just outlined are impressive. Nearly 2,000 focused mentor assignments with over 350 entrepreneurs. Spending actually in terms of enterprise and employment about 4 million euros, but that actually resulting in about 12 million euros of investment. That is the way in which we can use public money to actually trigger private investment, private borrowing, the capacity to take risk that otherwise wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the injection of either seed capital or a portion of grant aid from programs like this.
The implications of change will impact all of us. We want those implications to be positive. We want it to actually deliver better services to people, and I want to have more interaction with our local councillors. What's interesting in Cork, if that new model is introduced, less councillors will be involved. Did you know that? I think that's interesting. Less councillors will be involved. You need to be part of the consultation. Put up your hand. Have you been consulted? Nobody. We were consulted, and when we sent it sent our consultation document off together with my colleagues, a report was produced before they opened the envelopes to tell us what the answer was. Just want to make that marker. We have to ask the question of, if you move the lag contract away from us and we get money from somewhere just to do something, do you remember what I just said earlier? That contract has got us into places that we could never possibly go without that contract brand. And I'm pleading, I'm imploring on people to understand the importance of having... The money doesn't matter in a way. The money of course matters, but the level of investment, we can live with less. But what we can't live with is the lack of recognition. You understand? That's what we fought for, that's what we created. And I want you to consider supporting us strongly on that if you can. The impact on services, you cut, you will get less. You break it into pieces, you'll have more administration, this is my view, and you're going to have less service. It may look better on paper, but I don't think it does. You're going to have delays, you're going to have tendering, you're going to have costs going to people to draw up tender documents, etc. And I think what we really want to ask is the opinion of the stakeholder, you. So in doing that, we have a very positive petition. The word petition, I don't like it, but we have a very positive place for you to maybe leave your mark. And in each of your documents and around this hall, you'll have the opportunity to look at that declaration of support for the government, for us, for local government, stronger local government, And I want you to look at it, because we do want to be, you need to be consulting, you need to put your hand up. I think everybody wants to see that happening, and hopefully you'll take the opportunity to do that and show it and share it with others.